Okay, the next song we're going to be looking at on this DVD is a song called Shine On Through. Compared to the other songs on this DVD, this is more of a ballad, so it's going to be fairly simple backing with a solo over the top, so it's not going to be like riffing as much as like the other songs. So what we're going to do is going to break this song down into two parts, like the others. We're just going to go through the rhythm section. It's really only two chords, possibly three, but what I'll do is I'll play through the rhythm section and we'll break that down and have a look at it, and then afterwards I'll play the main solo over the top. The main solo in this song is actually improv in a few places, so when we get to those places I'll just kind of explain the general idea of the sound that you want to try and achieve. So let me just play through the rhythm track for you now, and then we'll break it down. Okay, the rhythm track that I just played for you was originally recorded on a 7-string, which I'm going to play the main performance of this song on my John Petrucci 7-string, just because it's my main guitar and it's just a lot easier for me to kind of to play. But for the purposes of like breaking these songs down, I'm going to be using a 6-string, so it's less confusing to look at. Now, with the chords on this rhythm track, to kind of get that 7-string sound, what you're doing is you're playing the power chord that you want. So the first chord that we're going to be playing is a C power chord. So normally you would play that first finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, and then your little finger or 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the D, and then you just play the A and the D simultaneously together to get the power chord. Well, to get that kind of 7-string sound, you're going to be adding the 3rd fret on the E string, which is the higher 5th of, if you were going to have a 7-string, I would be playing C on the 1st fret, the bottom string being a B, so half step up would just be, or a whole step up would just be a C. So you're playing the power chord, and then you're just playing the lower 5th of what would be the lower power chord, and then you just play all 3 notes together, and it sounds pretty much like you're playing a lot heavier chord. So let me just play the chord and then you can hear what I mean. So then when you compare that to a normal C power chord, then by adding the lower 5th in again, so, okay, the chords we're going to be using in this rhythm track are going to be C power chord, and then we're going to be playing E as well, and then we're going to be playing D later on. So, I mean, the basic sort of like rule of thumb is if you're playing any power chord on the A string and you want to get that heavier tone, you just bar the note underneath the A string on the E string on the same fret. So when we go up to E, you've got an E power chord, first finger on the 7th fret on the A string, and then your 3rd or little finger on the 9th fret on the D string. And then when you add the lower 5th, it makes that E power chord sound a lot heavier. So there are 2 chords, and then the last chord we're going to be using in this chord progression is a D, and we're going to do exactly the same thing again. So we're going to have a D power chord, which is first finger on the 5th fret, the A string, and then your little finger or 3rd finger on the 7th fret on the D. And then when we add in the lower 5th, So hopefully tonally you can see the difference between a normal fifth power chord and then adding in that lower note on the E string to make it sound a lot heavier. Okay, now what we're going to do is just look at the actual rhythm, which I'm going to be using during this rhythm section. If I just play it for you real slow, so you can kind of get the idea. The other two songs, I've done the rhythm tracks to metronomes, but that's because they're kind of more riff-based and the rhythms are a bit more awkward. This one is just fairly normal, so I'm just going to kind of play it freestyle, slow and then a bit faster and then sort of up to tempo. The song's not actually that fast anyway, so you know you should be able to get it. Okay, that was just demonstrating the rhythm just between two of the chords. Now what you're doing is you're just starting on an accented downstroke, then followed by a quick upstroke, so you're going to have, and then a down up in between just as a skip. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lift your hand off of the chord, so you're just going to basically hold your hand over the strings just to mute them off, and also you're going to use your palm as well, so you're going to get this effect. So you're going to have that down up, your palm muting, and you're also not pushing down on the chord, so you're going to have. So you do that twice, and then just to finish off, you're just going to finish on a downstroke and then start the whole process over again. So let me just play it, the rhythm through for you slow, just on the one chord. Okay, throughout the rhythm section, that rhythm isn't going to change, even when changing between chords. So your right hand's just going to be doing the same thing the whole time, and then you're just going to be moving your left hand round to make the different sounds of the chords. Okay, so now I'm just going to play through the rhythm section slow, using the rhythm that we've just discussed.